You open your banking app before bed. The number sits there, smaller than it was 3 months ago. No dramatic collapse, just slower. Fewer deposits, fewer notifications, fewer wins. You check your email. No new client inquiries. You refresh your dashboard. No new sales. You replay the week in your head, wondering what shifted. And then the thought hits you. Did I mess something up, or is something trying to move me? Chosen one, stay with me. Because if money slowed down, it might not be punishment. It might be positioning. Let's be honest. Financial slowdown shakes your confidence in a way few other things can. When work isn't flowing the way it used to, it feels personal. You question your skill, your strategy, your value. You start calculating everything. You hesitate before spending. You overanalyze every decision. You wake up earlier, go to bed later, trying to fix what feels off. And the pressure doesn't just sit in your bank account. It sits in your chest. Because money represents stability. It represents progress. It represents proof. So when it slows down, it feels like proof is disappearing. But here's the question you need to ask. What if the slowdown isn't removing proof but revealing purpose? There are seasons when everything flows easily. Clients arrive, opportunities open, doors swing wide without resistance. But flow can hide misalignment. When everything is working, you don't question direction. You don't examine systems deeply. You don't reevaluate your long-term vision. You ride the wave. And sometimes, that wave carries you further from where you're actually meant to build. So what happens? Momentum pauses, not to punish you, but to wake you up. Feedback that your identity is evolving. Feedback that your identity is evolving faster than your business model. Feedback that you've outgrown the way you used to earn. Think about it. What worked 2 years ago may not sustain where you're headed next. The systems that carried you before might now feel tight, repetitive, or uninspiring. And as long as money kept flowing, you tolerated it. Now that the flow slowed, the questions are louder. Let me ask you something real. Have you felt restless in your work even before the income shifted? Have you sensed that you were capable of more, but stayed because it was safe? If that resonates, write repositioning in the comments. I want to know how many of you feel this subtle redirection happening, and share what part of your work feels misaligned right now. Because slowdown often exposes what speed concealed. When doors close financially, you're forced to look around. You notice doors you ignored before, opportunities you dismissed, ideas you postponed. You start thinking differently, and that's the point. If everything stayed comfortable, you wouldn't explore new angles. If income stayed predictable, you wouldn't innovate. Constraint forces creativity. Pressure sharpens focus. And when money tightens, strategy becomes serious. Here's something powerful. There is a difference between stagnation and recalculation. Stagnation feels stuck and directionless. Recalculation feels uncomfortable but intentional. Imagine using GPS. You take a wrong turn. The system doesn't abandon the destination. It says, recalculating route. The destination remains. The path changes. What if this financial slowdown is not cancellation, but recalculation? You're not being denied. You're being redirected. Some doors close because they would have limited you long term. Some streams dry up because they were seasonal, not permanent. Some clients fade because you're meant to serve a different level. But as long as money flows, you don't let go. When it slows down, you're forced to release. Release is uncomfortable, but release creates room. Room for better systems. Room for aligned partnerships. Room for expansion that matches your growth. Let's talk about fear. When income drops, fear gets loud. It tells you to grab whatever is available, to lower standards, to accept misaligned offers just to feel secure again. But panic builds unstable foundations. If you rebuild from fear, you recreate the same ceiling. Chosen one, you are not called to rebuild the same structure. You are being invited to upgrade it. Upgrades require evaluation. Evaluation requires slowdown. This season is asking you powerful questions. Are you building something scalable? Are you managing your resources wisely? Are you investing in skills that match your next level? Are you depending on one stream when you should be diversifying? Financial tightening exposes weak structures. But exposure is not shame. It is opportunity. Opportunity to strengthen. Maybe you are being trained in stewardship. When money flows easily, waste hides. When money tightens, waste becomes obvious. You begin to see where your time leaks, where your energy drains, where your focus scatters. Awareness increases discipline. Discipline increases stability, and stability sustains growth. Chosen one, slowdown does not equal setback. Sometimes it equals refinement. Refinement is quiet. It's behind the scenes. It's uncomfortable, but it prepares you for scale. Because scale without structure leads to collapse. Expansion without maturity leads to burnout. Increase without clarity leads to chaos. You are being matured for what's next. There's another layer to this. Your identity cannot be tied to your income. If your confidence rises and falls with your bank balance, you will always feel unstable. This season is separating who you are from what you earn. That separation is healthy, because when your identity is stable, strategy becomes stronger. You stop operating from desperation. You start operating from vision. Vision builds legacy. Desperation builds cycles. You may feel behind. You may compare yourself to others whose momentum hasn't slowed. But comparison ignores context. You don't know their foundation. You don't know their sustainability. You don't know their long-term alignment. Your slowdown may be protecting you from future instability. It may be preventing you from scaling a structure that would eventually crack. Protection does not always feel pleasant, but it is purposeful. Chosen one, pay attention to what is being revealed. Pay attention to where you relied on momentum instead of mastery. Pay attention to where you delayed innovation. Pay attention to what ideas keep resurfacing in your mind. Slow seasons are strategic. They give you space to think, to design, to rebuild with intention. When flow returns, and it will, you will handle it differently. You will steward it wisely. You will diversify intentionally. You will build systems instead of just chasing income. You will scale sustainably. And you will look back at this season not as loss, but as training. Before you leave, I want you to go deep in the comments. What has this financial slowdown revealed about you? Not just externally, internally. Has it exposed fear, strengthened discipline, sparked new ideas, forced you to rethink your path? Write more than one sentence. Be detailed. Process it. Then scroll and respond to someone else. Encourage them. Let's build clarity together instead of hiding behind fear. Chosen one, if money slowed down, pay attention. This is not random. It might be the strategic pause that prepares you for the biggest shift of your life.